On July 12, 2022, in order to fulfill her father's dream, a girl in her 20s actually carried her more than 70-year-old father on one arm and came to Tiananmen Square to watch the flag-raising ceremony. With that one lift, even CCTV praised her, and people across the country said that this scene was so heartwarming. But some netizens raised doubts. After all, one was a 25-year-old graceful young woman, while the other was a father only 1.5 meters tall. From temperament to height to appearance, they didn't look alike at all. The difference between them was so big. Could it be a publicity stunt? When the truth was revealed, those who doubted them were left speechless with shame, because they were actually a pair of father and daughter without any blood relation. The man's name was Zhang Shuangqi. In 1997, when he was returning home from work, he passed by a wheat field and heard the faint cry of a baby. He quickly stopped and searched carefully, and then found a cardboard box on the ground, inside which was a baby girl whose little face was red from the cold. He hurriedly picked up the baby girl. Strangely, after he picked her up, the baby actually stopped crying. You should know that at this time Zhang Shuangqi was already 50 years old, but because of his poor family background, he had never married and had no children of his own. Holding the baby girl in his arms, he was a bit at a loss, but being kind-hearted, he still carefully brought the child home. He waited at home for several days, but no one came to look for the child. Zhang Shuangqi thought to himself, could this be an abandoned baby? Looking at the little girl blinking her big eyes and smiling at him, he decided to adopt her. The neighbors all laughed at him, saying, "You're a 50-year-old bachelor who can hardly support yourself. Why bring trouble upon yourself?" But Zhang Shuangqi didn't care about any of that. He made up his mind in his heart, even if I have to sell everything I own, I will raise this daughter. On the very day he decided to adopt her, he took her to a photo studio to take a picture, just to leave her a memory from childhood. Because he had to take care of his daughter, he lost his job. With no choice, he could only roam the streets collecting garbage and picking up recyclables to earn money to raise her. His already poor family was almost unable to afford food. No one introduced him to any more blind dates. Zhang Shuangqi was also worried that if he married, his wife might not treat the adopted daughter well, so he remained single and never looked for another partner. The daughter was very sensible since childhood. After finishing high school, she dropped out directly and began working in society. She worked as a waitress and a cashier. Through the joint efforts of father and daughter, their life gradually improved and became more hopeful. However, a serious illness brought the family back to its original hardship.
当年你一句砸锅卖铁都要将我养大，如今我还你，无论嫁到哪都要带上老爸。
A 24-year-old girl, in order to repay her adoptive father's kindness, bought a 660,000 yuan motorhome and took her 74-year-old father on a trip around China. In 1997, Hunan man Zhang Shuangqi found an abandoned baby girl on the roadside and raised her with great hardship. When the girl was 24 years old, she achieved financial freedom through entrepreneurship. At the peak of her career, she suddenly decided to close her company, bought a 660,000 yuan motorhome, and took her father to travel around the world, making everyone envy them. How is their life now? Zhang Baigu had been an excellent student since childhood, but she knew her family was poor. So when she was in her second year of high school, she secretly dropped out to work. She had been a waitress, a cashier, and even ran a street stall selling roasted corn. Fortunately, she was clever and hardworking. Soon she started doing e-commerce and learned livestream sales from others. Not long after, she tasted success. In just 1 month, she earned 6,000 yuan, more than what she had made in the previous 2 months combined. She became even more diligent and motivated, and her income increased. But this job was very tiring, and she couldn't even eat regular meals every day. To make money, she sacrificed her health, and her body naturally collapsed. At a young age, she developed kidney disease. For this, she traveled all over the country seeking treatment, and her father Zhang Shuangqi was extremely worried. Seeing his daughter become thinner and thinner, his heart ached. To treat her illness, he accompanied her back and forth between several cities, his face no longer showing any smile. He even thought of helping her find her biological parents, thinking that if she could find them, she would have 2 more people to love her. He also hoped that his daughter could stop working and take better care of herself. When Zhang Baigu learned this, she was deeply moved. But she said she only recognized Zhang Shuangqi as her father.
他说：“白哥，其实我不是你的亲爸爸，我没有经过你的允许把你带到我的家里，没有给你好的生活。但是现在我把真相告诉你，你可以去寻找，我不会阻止你。但是在我这里，就是你永远都是我的女儿。”
A 50-year-old man adopted an abandoned baby and raised her by collecting garbage. 24 years later, the daughter became a millionaire entrepreneur and decided to take her 75-year-old father to travel around China in a 660,000 yuan motorhome. They traveled while filming, recording their happy life. There had always been a boy by Zhang Baiji's side since she was 16, that was Xiao Su. After 8 years of being together, the two had long confirmed their feelings for each other and had started planning marriage. Zhang Baigu also learned a lot from her illness. After recovering, the first thing she did was sell her company, then bought the motorhome and began traveling around China with her father. Along the way, they traveled and laughed, leaving behind joyful memories. Unexpectedly, in 2022, Zhang Baiji's kidney disease relapsed. She had no choice but to stop traveling and continue medical treatment. The ones who stayed by her side were her father and Xiao Su. At that moment, she was deeply touched and knew she had chosen the right person. Her father Zhang Shuangqi also highly approved of their relationship. After recovering, Zhang Baigu began planning her marriage with Xiao Su. Seeing his daughter's happiness, she then started looking for a companion for her father. Soon, she found a woman who cooked for children in a kindergarten. The woman's cooking skills were great, and she quickly captured the old man's heart through his stomach. Every time she cooked, the father would stay nearby, not willing to blink. Watching her father happily dating his girlfriend, Zhang Baigu joked, "My dad's stomach is already full of love." Now the four of them traveled together as a family, and they couldn't be happier. Zhang Baigu is a filial and thoughtful girl. In her heart, although Zhang Shuangqi is not her biological father, he is better than one. She will do everything she can to repay his love and kindness. And as for this father, with such a daughter, he has nothing more to worry about for the rest of his life. May they be happy forever.
They say that family bonds are thicker than blood. But Zhang Baigu and Zhang Shuangqi have proven with their lives that true family doesn't always depend on blood, but on love and companionship. That year, he found a life in a wheat field. For more than 20 years since, she has supported a home with her gratitude. They saved each other and completed each other. In the poorest days, he traded his only bun for her smile. In the hardest times, she repaid his kindness with her entire youth. The most touching love in the world is never a grand romance, but those simple words. That year, you said, "Even if I have to sell everything, I will raise you. Now I'm repaying you. No matter whom I marry, I will always take my dad with me." They showed us that true happiness doesn't lie in mansions or money, but in unconditional care and devotion. What do you think of this father and daughter story? You're welcome to share your thoughts in the comments. I'm really looking forward to hearing your voice. See you in the next episode.